6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Fights him off. Stepping up, he'll try and run. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball.
It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. Big play there. 60 yards. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here.
Conversion.
They'll look to throw. And this will be caught. So they try for 2, good. And it pushes them out to a 15-0 lead. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49.
Don't worry about it, baby.
There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready. Now they got a loose football. Still going inside the 30.
They are not ready for us.
And they are not going to catch him. He's in. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, Warner. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset. They'll run with Henry. And just shedding him off there. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. Jackson Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back. Now, Warner's hit, and he loses it. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get to the open field very often.
And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. Jackson Henry on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this offense is running away with this one. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. And this is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for it. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Warner. Now he's flushed out right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Warner's pass.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. That is caught for a Longhorns touchdown from 8 yards out. And his guys are able to get a score back.
For the extra point.
And that's a critical touchdown. I don't want to be too hyperbolic or whatever, but they needed some points on the board before halftime.
They certainly did, and, you know, it's not going to erase everything that happened in the first half. Look, they got outplayed. There's no question about that. But now it gives them a chance to regroup, feel a little bit better about themselves. And how many games have we done where we've seen everything flip when another half begins? And by the way, you say
I did. Thank you. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. First down and much more for Henry.
Jackson Henry. That's good. 4.
Clemson now with a 1st and 10. Clemson fans right now saying, Tommy who? Because it has been all Tigers here as we reach halftime at Arlington.
Longhorns 7.
The winner goes on, the loser goes home. As we start the second half of this semifinal matchup. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
no doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2 yards.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll give to Martin here out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
The ball carrier.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
A play fake. Now Warner under pressure, and down he goes.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. On 3rd down, Warner. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Dances by him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They begin with Henry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown Clemson. Donnie Simpson, 41 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. And man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. Those gloves. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it.
Look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the defense.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Going up top for Miller. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
10 at the 25-yard line.
Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback unexpected.
That's caught inside
we
the
got
20.
plenty of fight there.
And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the Fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good work. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job.
And now loose football. Fumble. Martin lost it.
Jermaine Martin, the ball carrier.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch in. As the third quarter has come to a close. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Operating from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
Intended for number 37.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is fielded at the 7. Breaks a tackle. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And they'll run the option to start the drive. Oh, he bowls over him. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
At the 44-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. Pushes him over. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. It's their cornerback, keeping it himself from a yard out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Orange take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Back to the air on second down. Warner. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Warner toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Warner, and he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes
and he's going to go down again. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Clemson out for another drive, and it's starting to look for all the world that they'll be back in the national championship game again as they start here 1st and 10. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
11 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Sheds another. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays, really hurts the team on defense.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
So on the strength of 3 touchdown passes from their junior quarterback, the Clemson Tigers are moving on to play for a national championship.
You all right?
I'll be fine.
How was you last week? I know exactly what you're going through.
You didn't have to sit through this championship game, though.
No, but I did sit out our first state title game. That wasn't easy to do.
For all I know, this could be my only shot at it.
Then I guess we'll just have to do this all over again next season, huh?
Good luck out there tonight.
Thanks.
Who rained on your parade, Little Miss Sunshine?
I am not in the mood for this right now.
It's because you're not playing, I take it.
Like, I haven't had a bad enough day already. Now I have to deal with you.
I know you're upset. But that dude Tommy's your brother. And brothers should always have each other's backs. And wipe that sourpuss look off your face. It's game time.
We crown a champion tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game, as we'll see the Oregon Ducks taking on the Clemson Tigers.
You okay, son? Yeah, Coach, I just... Tommy. You all right, Tommy? We need some help over here! Hurry!
You got my back, right?
Of course. Always.
Then go out there and finish this thing.
One shot. That's all any of us ever really gets. I waited my whole life for my one shot at being a head coach. And here I am. This is your one shot to go out there and show the world who you are. Are you the guy who's going to lead this team to victory? Are you going to be remembered?
Now the pressure perhaps getting to this young quarterback. Clemson trails at the break. Just one half remains in the college football season as we begin the second half of this national championship game. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable, so they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
They'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup. But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Well, despite not having Tommy Matthews on the field, they were still able to move the ball and tack on 3. And the score, Charles, now all tied here in the championship game.
And remember, only 3 points scored in the first half, and after a switch at quarterback, they're right back into this thing. And now the defense can just up their level. This championship is far from over. This is a big-time second half coming up.
At their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll run with Ferguson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. The Oregon Ducks looking for that elusive first national title. Of course, they've been in the National College Football Playoff before behind Marcus Mariota following the 2014 season. And they beat Florida State that year before falling 40. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. He's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. The quick slant caught.
The conversion is no good on the fake extra point.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get two. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake.
6-yard line.
Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
They start out with a run by Ferguson. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Running again, and again it's Ferguson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd and 11 now. Barrett, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can...
And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. Donnie Simpson, 35 yards. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
On first down, Ferguson. Man, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Right back to Ferguson. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Ferguson, the ball carrier, brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 3.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th.
That's good.
4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this will be scooped up by the defense. There he goes left side.
Bring it, baby.
And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the two-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for two. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
The Oregon offense on the field ready for their next possession. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear him. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense.
The quarterback sacked. A fumble.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt, I mean.
And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run. And Clemson tacks on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
10-10 at their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Barrett. Complete to Myers, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
5-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Barrett over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
35-yard line.
Throwing again. Barrett, his throw incomplete. Cameron, the intended receiver there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Here's Barrett looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but by writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
The 44-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Going deep this time for Miller. And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. A big play there. 56 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. Very short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by Clemson.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And this offense continues to pour it on. They just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10, Oregon. From the gun, Barrett, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect.
And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call.
Good job, good job.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Barrett looks to throw on first, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. The 40.
Run it right
the
down
20.
their throat.
10. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. No, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
34-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent. But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
The Ducks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the defense has come up with it. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They'll find Miller. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been...
And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. Very short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the defense.
On the play. Recovered by the Tigers.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun handoff to Henry. They find some open field here. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. Jackson Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They changed quarterbacks at half and did not miss a beat. Here they are, your national champions. And celebration time on that sideline. It took a change at quarterback as thoughts will turn to the condition of Tommy Matthews.